We went to the beach today, and on our way home we passed Down to Earth, and they have the best oatmeal raisin cookies that we always get every time we go. So I'm going to recreate them. I found a recipe online, so I'm going to give it a shot and make my own because they're absolutely delicious. We get them every time, and there's no reason that we can't make them ourselves. So here we go. Down to Earth oatmeal raisin cookies. Best oatmeal raisin cookies you'll ever have. So we are going to start with 2 cups of walnuts. In a food processor. You need a food processor for this recipe. So I'll throw them all over the counter. There's one. Almost all the walnuts. I'm going to put them all in because that was kind of a skimpy cup the second time. And then 1 cup of oats, regular old-fashioned oats goes in. And we are going to finely grind this up in our food processor. Now to this mixture, we are going to add 3/4 of a cup of spelt flour. And we don't normally have spelt flour, so we did make sure and go out and buy this for this particular recipe, but we wanted to do them exactly like they do. And I found this on their website, so would lead me to believe that it's the actual recipe. We're hoping it. I do have my oven preheated to 350 also. And then sugar. Need a 1/2 cup of this raw sugar. Now I'm not going to use a 1/2 cup. I'm going to use less because the cookies are very sweet and we don't need them that sweet. So I'm going to go with, I don't know, 1/4. Maybe I'm going to do 1/3 of a cup instead of a 1/2 cup. But I'll go with like a heaping 1/4 of a cup of sugar to start with. I have my recipe in front of me, so I keep looking at it. Baking soda. We need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. One teaspoon of baking soda. And then 1/4 teaspoon of a bunch of stuff. Okay, so we need a 1/4 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of ginger, which is kind of like a odd ingredient, I think. And then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Salt. Just like you do in my hand to make sure it's a little more accurate. So the beach was nice. I floated around the water for a while. It was pretty awesome. It was busy, New Year's Day. Everybody was wanting to go to the beach. Okay, so now we're gonna pulse this a few times. Get everything incorporated. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. Now, I'm gonna separate bowl, I have one right here, we're going to mix the flax with the milk. So you need 1/4 cup of flax seed, and we have ours already ground here. So 1/4 cup of flax seed, and then 1/4 cup of non-dairy milk of your choice. So I'm using unsweetened almond milk. Okay, so it says to whisk this until gooey, and those are their exact terms. We're gooey, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna whisk it until it's gooey. Gooey is a technical term. We use gooey. We always have flax seed and ground up flax seed in the fridge. Dale always puts it in his oatmeal, and then it's a great vegan egg replacer for baking. So when you're baking, wow, it's pretty gooey looking, really. You see that? It's pretty gooey looking. Okay, now we also add, once I make some room, let me make some room here. A 1/4 cup of maple syrup. So see, it has maple syrup and the sugar, plus then the raisins are sweet, so I don't feel that we need all of that. And a splash coconut oil, 1/4 cup here. Living here where it's warm, you don't ever have to melt it. It just is always melted. And then we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Throw in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And whisk. Smells good. Vanilla makes everything smell good, though, I think. This is what it looks like here. Get a scraper. We'll add the wet to the dry. All of it out. It seems like a lot of dry for a little bit of wet. Anyway. And then we pulse to combine. Looks combined to me. Then we will dump it into a bowl. Get it all out. Okay. Now to this mixture we add 1 more cup of oats, whole this time, we don't grind them up. And then 1 cup of raisins. Everywhere. So now it's cloudy and looks like it could rain, and it's kind of the way it is around here. That looks good. Get its friends off the counter here. Okay, now it says to mix the oats and the raisins in. It's a pretty dry mixture. Okay. So I have 2 cookie sheets with parchment on them, and it says with damp hands, so I have a little pitcher of water here. I'm gonna roll out into balls, like golf ball size, maybe bigger, and then you smash them down. So I guess I'll get some damp hands, roll them into a ball, and then flatten them. Looks like a good size. Obviously they don't spread. I want one of those cookie scoops. I look every time we go to like Williams, Sonoma or whatever, but they only have the little tiny ones, and then they're like 30 bucks for this little tiny one, and I'm not doing it. So anyway, no cookie scoop. We're gonna eyeball it. Let's see. Now, I don't recall if the recipe said how many cookies it makes. I got a couple of trays here. The ones we get at Down to Earth are giant cookies. So I figure since, well, we're at home and it's not like we can't go get another cookie, I won't make them as big. The fireworks were crazy last night. Somebody's shooting. Make this big deal about them being illegal here, and then everybody and their brother is lighting off fireworks. We thought, I mean, it was pretty much non-stop up until midnight, but then when midnight happened, then it was pretty ridiculous. So, I don't know. These would be pretty good. Lots of walnuts and raisins in them. I was kind of surprised at the amount of walnuts that it said to put in here. It was surprising to me. So we're gonna pop these bad boys into our preheated 350-degree oven for 10 minutes. So it's been 10 minutes, and I'm going to take these cookies out of the oven. I have a couple cooling racks here. We'll see if we need these or what we're going to do with them. First pan. Second pan. They seem slightly crumbly, so I'm going to let them cool on the wire rack, but they smell amazing. If you could smell these, oh my goodness. But you should really try it. If you try it at home, comment and let me know what you thought. I will link the description or the recipe in the description box below. Please just give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and you can see all the other fun and exciting stuff that we have in store. Bye.